Let's get this whole thing going here, shall we? Let's get this going. Also, Sinister. Where am I? There we go. Think we're good to go. Hey there, hi there, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope you all are doing well here today. Welcome to the stream. I am Rob vonShoe. Today we are going to be grinding for 5-star featured Super Skrull in Arena. I'm still playing catch up. It has been a crazy, super busy last 24 hours here. Biggest news, of course, is getting the patch notes, the EQ notes, the champion rework notes. So many things have just dropped in-game over the last 24 hours. I'm going to be going over a whole heck of a lot of it here tonight as put up some points in Arena. But I want to say a big howdy, big welcome to everybody here. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the stream and the festivities. Hope the week has turned out okay here for you. Going to be just hanging out here, just kicking back, chilling for a spell, having a good time. I do want to welcome the latest Von subs to the channel. Cheers, guys. Thanks for finding the channel in the depths of the YouTubes. Cheers. I'm digging the videos I've put out so far and are interested in the videos yet to come. There is going to be a lot more coming out later on in the days here to come. We got first look spotlights for Odin. We got first look spotlights for Mangog. Now that those champs have been officially confirmed today with the official release of the patch notes. But you know, if if the devs want to release and spoil their own game, then well, I guess that's on them, isn't it? Big howdy to Andrew saying first, what's good, Andrew? How are you? Happy Friday, bud. Who do you think will be the best buff champion? Okay, so we got the 4 buffs, right? We got Angela, we got Civil Warrior, Masakra, and the Hood, right? Daredevil we'll just throw in there too, just for kicks, because they updated his both of his abilities to also account for miss instead of just invisibility. So of those, I think people are going to wind up using Angela more. As for me, off the top of my head, I gotta say I'm almost as excited, if not more excited, for Civil Warrior, just because I've always been really interested in his kit. I've always really liked his utility workhorse set there, and all things considered, now that he's got some extra abilities in terms of some extra damage as well, I think it's gonna be really fun. I think it's gonna be really, really fun. But again, I mean, I think it'll be interesting to see. Well, it'll be interesting to see. So Angela first off, Civil Warrior second off, but then also a lot of it just depends on, you know, how they actually play in hand. Kingslayer stopping by and saying, hey Rob, what's good, Kingslayer? Hope you are most excellent. Welcome to the Friday stream. How's it going, bud? Been a big day here. It has been a super, super big day. How's everything? There's just so much stuff, so much good stuff. I'm really looking forward to the update here when that comes out, presumably next week. Let's do this, I guess. Yeah, let's do that. What about you, Andrew? Who are you looking forward to the most out of the 4 borderline 6 buff champions? Well, this was a mistake. Always forget exactly always everybody who has energy attacks. Fun times. Alright, well now I gotta be extra careful. I can't look a gift horse in the mouth, but it always is, like with all of the different buffs and reworks that wind up coming out, it always does wind up pointing back to the drought for rank up materials too. Because of course you got the two featured champions each month. You know, you got Super Skrull and Psycho Man this month. You've got Odin and you've got Mangog next month. Two brand new champions each month. But with the reworks that make, you know, champs that have been sitting on the bench for most people a lot more interesting, a lot more fun to take out and play and useful. Uh-oh. Well, stupid frickin' Doom. Uh-oh. We wound up running into a crash there. Uh-oh. Andrew says, I hope I can get to the 5-star Nexus for the next side event quest thing in Massacra for the buffs. Because I like to use my Domino with a synergy. Yeah, definitely that. Because Red Hulk already did get that little bit of rework last year. Domino, of course, is Domino. But Massacra has always kind of been the third wheel for that synergy. Not that he's been bad, it's just needed a tune-up. So now that he's got a tune-up, hopefully it'll be a really fun, spicy new addition to the champ and his kit. Why would he just randomly backhand? It's an interesting Doom AI. I'm not used to him being as aggressive in arena. I hope that actually persists. That's interesting. I like that. But yeah, Massacre should be definitely interesting. Kingslayer, I almost have a Tech Tier 5 CC and an Awakened 6-star Civil Warrior. So far I have 2 Rank 3s and both of them were buffed, Mole Man and Red Hulk. Ooh, that's tempting. Are you considering Civil Warrior? Because he would be really fun. It really depends on how well he can wind up tanking attacks and special attacks with that awakened ability, and then I think also most importantly how it scales. Because from what anybody knows so far, it's just what the like Sig 200 level is. But then, you know, what the sliding scale is, like how much he can tank and at what Sig, I think is really going to be the selling factor. But yeah, dude, I would not be surprised to see people taking Civil Warrior up rank 5, rank 2, rank 3 for sure. Really starting to eye my 5-star version as well for a similar reason. We got the 6-star, but he's not awakened, and Civil Warrior really needs to be awakened, I think, because that's just going to be such a very nice tool to have. Rumbly stopping in. Happy Friday, Rumbly. What do you think about Hood? Hood, I think, is going to have a huge damage increase. I think that's pretty good. Which is good, because that's really what Hood has been lacking. I think people are going to wind up getting used to Hood not having that special 2 Fate Seal like he has. Especially the endgame players. Because if you're an endgame player, it goes to reason that you have champions already who can Fate Seal. You know, Claire and Longshot, a couple others, right? So, you know, you already have those champs ranked up, so you won't feel that loss as heavily as somebody else who, you know, if you got Hood, well, that's awesome. That is your Mystic go-to Fate Seal champ. And that's going to be a huge loss because, you know, it stands to reason that you might not have another champion who could fill out that gap for you. So I'm looking forward to it. Too long didn't read. I'm looking forward to the buff. I'm looking forward to the extra damage. But it'll be really interesting to see where the community winds up settling. You know, once the dust clears and settles on Hood. Because I like champion reworks and I really like champion updates. There have been very, very few misses so far. But not super excited with the precedent that they've been setting. With some champions losing their ability outright instead of just, you know, having new things added to their kit. When the Doom AI does the Doom cycle, yeah, pretty much. I'm totally okay with that. I was just completely caught unawares. But I mean, if they can keep improving the AI to play smarter, more aggressive would be nice, but smarter, then that'll make the game a little bit more interesting. Might not help for arena runs. You're constantly having to stay on your toes and play against a clever bot, but there we go. I just gotta get to that special one. As soon as I get to that special one, I can cash in on that prowess and make life just a little bit easier, but good lord, Gambit was doing nothing, really, before that special attack. So then, yeah, Andrew, that's gonna be rough then with that Hood change, because that Fate Seal is super useful. It's super useful. It's one of arguably the most useful champion abilities in the game. The ability to not only prevent new buffs from triggering, but removing existing buffs. You know. And again, I mean, especially with there being so many different anti-nullify. Come on, Domino. The bot's acting like I don't already have my infinite streak. Thank you. Good lord. What was I even saying? Because it's such a unique buff to have, right? And an ability to have that, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I was too quick on that attack. There we go. The resist. Lovely. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. Just give me so much more playtesting. I think the one that's really going to sneak up on people is the fact that Daredevil can bypass miss. Not so much offensively, I don't think, because I'd be surprised if a lot of people wind up using Daredevil at a high level. Whether it's Classic or Hell's Kitchen. But certainly going against Daredevil. I'm thinking about, you know, Variant 6, because Variant 6 has a Hell's Kitchen boss. Right? With Biohazard and a bunch of other nonsense. that Ghost was like a go-to cheese for, not really a cheese, but a go-to strat for that, right? Because, you know, she can shrug off any debuffs that she gets, phase through his attack, counter him that away, because he shrugs off debuffs. But, yeah, not anymore. Not anymore. So, gotta start coming up with some new strats for that. But offensively, it would be really nice going up against, you know, your invisible women, your, you know, if you want to do a class disadvantage going up against, you know, Professor X, Strife, a couple others. And going from there. Excuse me. And then again, as always, it'll be always interesting to find out who the next round of buffs will be, you know? Because at this point, the only other future buffs that they've confirmed that they're working on are Black Panther and Spider Miles and Groot. But, you know, no set info or release date or time frame or any of that either. Boink. I really hope that Super Skrull goes low. I really do. I'm so far behind where I'd like to be. There's still plenty of time, but fun times. Hey, Dom stopping in saying howdy, Rob. Howdy, chat. Domadeus, everybody. How's it going, bud? Hope your Friday is going well here so far. Hope your weekend plans are shaping up. Always a pleasure, bud. Always a pleasure. What do you think about the new buffs? I can say one thing for certain, it is going to be a busy month. You know what would be really nice, though, right about now, would be either a new variant or something like that, right? Because those 20, 14, 15, 16, 17 generic rank-up gems are becoming more and more useful the more champions they buff. Because, like, in most of these cases, between Angela and the Hood and Civil Warrior and whatnot, I could rank them up. I don't have any resources to rank them up, but I would like to. But again, those gems you get from those variants, those are nice. Dom is at 8 mil. Are you going for featured? And if so, best of luck. What are you shooting for ballpark? It's really interesting, though. Hood is really seems to be splitting the community into two very vocal groups. The people who are like, yo, dude, it's not cool that you're taking away this ability. And then the other group where it's like, yo, guys, who cares? I am firmly in the, yo, dude, don't take away his ability camp, but certainly enjoy having the discussion with people who think otherwise. Oh, that's really interesting. That's really interesting, because same for me. I've always really enjoyed Civil Warrior. Like his huge utility belt of different things that he can do. So now that he's actually got some damage to back it up, in addition to even more abilities, yeah, sign me up for all that. Pew pew, pew pew. Yeah, it's the same with me today, Dom. It's the same thing with me today. So I knew the patch notes were coming out today, right? Because on CCP, they're like, all right, here's the stuff. Here's the embargo date. You know, you can make content for release as the embargo lifts, like the minute of, which is why like at 10 o'clock local time for me today, like my news feed was just flooded with the whole everybody in the CCP just like throwing their stuff out there all at once. But I had a couple of last minute things to do as well. So it was just like, well, all right, let's capitalize on this. Let's make this work. Had to shuffle around a bunch of stuff, and long story short, tomorrow is going to be a busy day. But yeah, the grind has taken a backseat. So nice thing about this, and again, going for him round 1, even if I do wind up missing, I hope I don't, but if I do, I still got second round to go for him as well. And I would very much like to get him out of arena. That way I don't have to gamble in the feature crystals later on. That having been said, would also very much like to see a 5-star Daredevil Classic, 5-star Scarlet Witch, 5-star War Machine, Movie Vision, Black Bolt, number of others in the next featured 5-star. That would be very cool. But that won't be for another almost 2 months. So plenty of saving between now and then. I'm going to do a redo version of a vid I did a couple years ago. Took Civil Warrior at rank 5 into variant 3 on the beta. It showed how effective he was. Excited to get back in there again and test again. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing that as that posts. I will say this though, Civil Warrior, even though he is nullify and stagger immune, he is going to be Mordo food like it's nobody's business. Like Mordo is just gonna eat that dude up like crazy, which is very exciting. Because I mean, any chance I can get to take my Mordo out for a spin is a good day in my humble opinion. He's just one of my guilty pleasures. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Doink. Get out of here, Ultron. Hey, Exhilarate stopping in saying, hey Rob, what's good Exhilarate? Happy Friday. And Dash X Gaming stopping in saying hello as well. What's good, bud? How are you this fine day? Happy Patch Notes Day, everybody. Andrew says, why will he be Mordo food? So Mordo Special 2 punishes opponents for having buffs activated. It inflicts a passive degen based on the number of buffs activated. So even though you can't nullify or stagger Civil Warrior, he's still gonna have a heck of a lot of buffs on him between either armor ups or furies. So that'll be nice to punish. You know how like long shot, once he gets some of those incinerates on opponents, like their health bar just evaporates. It's gonna be like that. Rumbly says, how often or how do you miss Summoner Journey? Because after 70 days, couldn't claim nothing. It was gone. I'm not sure, bud. Usually for like the calendars and stuff like that, it's it, were you to miss out on a couple of days, then it still goes by calendar days as opposed to actual days. So even though, I mean, you could still have a couple of milestones left to go, the event still ends. But otherwise, that's my only guess. I'm not sure. Roberto's saying, "Hey Rob, been a while. How's your Friday?" It's going pretty good. It was actually a really busy day. A really good day, but a really busy day. I think today was the busiest posting day in several months, because with the live stream included, I think it's what five separate videos posted between going over the Hood nerf, Daredevil buff, Civil Warrior buff, Angela buff, and then the live stream here. Busy, 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 busy. Good busy, of course, but busy, busy. But I'm doing really well. Otherwise, it was a, as far as like actual important real world stuff, it was a good day. How was yours? Punchy, punchy, punchy. Dash Day talking to Exhilarate, saying hello. Saw you on a YouTube video where someone was fighting at you in AW. Yeah, funny how that works, right? Small world. Small world. Fun how people just wind up popping up and showing up in fun, interesting places. Any tips for a 612 Ultron? I'm stuck on that. Is that the one, the Labyrinth Ultron? With the crazy shock and heals and all that? Trying to remember off the top of my head. But actually, I think I'm... Oh, no, 512, it's... I'll try and check, but because it's... Oh, no, 612. Okay, never mind. I can check that out. I hate Act 5. Yep, just for the fact that you got that locked camera, so you can't scout nodes. Alright, so fun times here for Loltron here. So let's just go over stuff, right? So he gets armor up, surprise, which means you get fatigue on you, which means your crit chance is reduced. So he deals a bunch of shocks. Gets huge power boost under 50% health. And Spite, which is power gain, right? Plus, on top of that, you got combo party, special delivery, all that good stuff. So, two of the newer options, and with some of the buff champs, you could use Magneto, Red Magneto. His magnetism shuts down most of Ultron's nonsense right there. And Falcon, while he's locked on, shuts down a lot of Ultron's nonsense as well. I think Doom might be an option because he's shock immune now and can deal some pretty nice damage. A Nebula is fairly shock resistant. Plus, Nebula is similar to... if you bring Nebula paired up with Approximate Midnight, she starts off with, was it, I think 10 armor ups? And for each armor up she gets, she reduces the ability accuracy of robots by a significant portion. So if you like start the fight off, dash back, and charge up maybe like 2 or 3 more armor ups, then Lultron is going to have a really difficult time activating a lot of his nonsense. Just a couple of ideas off the top of my head. Dash saying, wait, Hood is getting nerfed? Yes. Yeah. They are taking away his Fate Seal on Special 2. So he's going to have a bunch of nullifiers all over the place. He's going to be able to stagger all over the place. But that's not the same as a Fate Seal. Fate Seal is 10 times better. And that is getting taken away. They said they're going to come back and reevaluate after 3 months, just like all the other buff champions, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Getting my first 6-star next Wednesday. So excited. Very cool. I wish you the best of luck on that crystal opening, and hope you wind up getting somebody you're happy with. I mean, no matter what, your first 6-star is going to wind up being useful to some degree, no matter who it is, just for the fact that it is your first 6-star. But fingers crossed that's spicy. Let's do that. Let's do that. And that. Dom says, YouTube question, unrelated to today because all the info that dropped. How do you feel about posting multiple videos in a day for growing an audience? Do you feel like it can cannibalize views? Cannibalize views, potentially, yes. Oversaturate, potentially. Overstay your welcome, potentially as well. The other thing, though, too, with that, assuming that you wind up staggering your videos across the day, is that you're going to wind up, each time each video posts, it's going to be to a different audience, right? So just say you post something at 10 a.m. local time in the morning, right? And then the next one you post like 2 in the afternoon, and the third one you post like 5 in the afternoon, right? Those are all still optimal viewing hours for your local time zone, but a significant portion of your viewership is on the other side of the world too, sleeping. So after a while, and this is something I've only started getting into the last few months, is that on the YouTube backend page, it highlights like your peak viewership, like when most of the people watching your videos wind up being online, and it breaks it down hour by hour, day by day over the across a week. So ideally you're going to want to post 1 video, 2 videos, something like that, right in that sweet spot. So for me, it's somewhere between 8 and 9:30 in the morning. What it is for you, it's going to tell you one way or the other. But long story short, what I like to do, what I'm trying to do, is just like post a couple things consistently at the same time each day, just so people get a feel for like, hey, it's 9 o'clock, it's Dom's video time, say. Or like for the live stream, same thing with the live stream too, like, hey, it's 8 o'clock local time for me, time for Rob to start streaming. It's gonna be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, so he's gonna be there. Just to set up like a routine. Just to set up a routine. It's a long-winded, wordy response. Sorry about that. Oh. Live. Live. There we go. Still haven't 100% in Variant 1. Yeah, but Variant 1 sucks. That's the hardest one still. What do I think about next month's event? I think the basic story event is going to be fairly vanilla. I'm no harder, no easier than this one, right? Whoop. The side event, though, seems like it's going to be interesting. It seems like it's going to be fairly dynamic, which I certainly appreciate. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. It's nothing that I'm going to be writing home about, but at the same time, it's still content. I'm still going to be doing it. Still get some extra loot. Is Hulk Ragnarok good? Yeah, he's currently one of only 2 champions that can naturally reduce degen damage between him and Spider-Ham. So yes, in that regard, yeah, he's very useful. Mr. Smoke popping in. Hello, Rob. Hello, chat. Well, howdy, Mr. Smoke. Happy Friday. How's everything going with you this fine evening? On the final quest before finally getting Cavalier, so hyped. Just waiting for my son to fall asleep. Beat that Crossbones with rank 4 Black Widow Clairvoyant. 3 revives. Was excited about that. Yeah, you should be excited. And early congrats to you on getting that Cav title. Very cool. You gonna celebrate getting a couple crystals or withhold, stave off the temptation? Yeah, you got it, Dom. Nice thing too about YouTube is that it always lets you schedule stuff in advance. So just say you know are able to set aside a 1 day a week or whatever. It's just like your work day. Just crank out a couple of videos, and then upload it. You know, this is going to be my Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday videos, right? So then it's already in the bag. It's already uploaded, ready to go. So all you got to do is just wait for YouTube to pull the trigger. Hardest part, of course, for that is just, you know, finding the time to set aside an entire workday to do that, but that helps too. If I get Darkhawk as my first 6-star or something, low demigod tier or above, I would be really happy. Yes, for sure. For sure. Other nice thing about that, though, too, is that even if it winds up being not, if it's a champion that, you know, is new, but you don't have a whole lot of experience with, like Night Thrasher, say, or Massacra, Korg, they aren't going to be useless. That's the thing. They are not going to be useless. They've got their kits and their abilities and whatnot, too. And again, as your first 6-star, they are still going to come in handy, still going to get used for no other reason than the fact that their just base PI is just so tanky just for the sake of them being a 6-star, you know? So they're going to get some use. There we go. I've saved all my Shatterheart shards in hopes of becoming Cavalier before it ended, so I've been holding on. I think I'm going to be able to do it. Yeah, absolutely. You still have a few days. So I think you should be good. But yeah, happy hunting too once you finally spin those open. And hopefully you have better luck than I did, because I have yet to pull a 5-star. Only 3s and 4s for me. It's been very sad. Do I think there will be 7 stars at some point? I think so. I hope not, but I think so. What I'd like to see at some point is that for 6 stars to be the last progression level for a long time, but for them to introduce like a new element to the game, right? So you can keep the champs that you got. You don't need to farm for the exact same characters again, just at a different rarity level. But you've got like gear or items or something to spruce up the champions you got already. You shift a new meta around the gear that's in play. Still have the same systems, arenas, and whatnot to get exclusive loot, exclusive gear to boost the champions. But that way, it keeps it fresh and interesting at the same point too. And I really think that would go a long way. Because there's like almost 200 champions, playable champions in the game. I don't want to have to grind for 200 new champions again at just have one extra star level, right? Especially since, you know, we can't even rank 4, let alone rank 5 these guys yet. I'm not ready. I don't think most people are ready. But I would go a step farther and say I don't want it. I don't want it. That 6-star vulture I pulled is actually going to come in handy for the Havoc on this last quest. Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. Kind of forces you to play a character you probably wouldn't have played otherwise and find their hidden utility. So, I mean, Vulture with his armor up, he's also got Incinerate as well. Most everybody in this game has value. But some champs you gotta dig for it a little bit deeper than others, I'll say. Cheers. Let's throw up Sentry. Speaking of Vulture. And Mr. Rework himself. So everybody knew that Angela was going to get buffed. Everybody knew that Angela was going to get buffed because they already told us as much. Was not expecting Hood. Was not expecting Masakra. Really wasn't even expecting Civil Warrior. Those are 3 champs that, I mean, could have used a little bit of love, but I don't think it was anywhere near the top of anybody's wish list. Especially since, I mean, it's, you know, Asgard themed this next month, and there's still like Hela and a bunch of other champions too that could use a little bit extra TLC. So, how is Hood now? Hood's looking like his damage is going to be very nice, which is cool. But they're taking away his Fate Seal on a special too, which I'm pretty salty about. Because, again, there's a big difference between being able to stagger an ability and just cancel it outright. Boink. Because you can bypass a lot of the nullify immunity stuff and a lot of the nonsense too by just being able to cancel it outright. Well, I think of it, does anybody here in chat know of a tanky Civil Warrior boss to fight anywhere? Because that'll be really fun. Let's do that. Do that, do that. Do that, do that. Do that. Cheers. Enjoy that LaCroix. Yeah, basically. Hood is heavily shifting his relevancy. So, I mean, if you don't have a big damage dealer, Hood could be really interesting, but if you do have a big damage dealer, then maybe not as much. Parasite stopping in. Hello, Rob. Good day, mate. Well, good day back at you, bud. Happy patch notes day here. Hope your day is going well. Welcome to the stream. I am gradually, slowly putting up points, punching anybody and everybody in the face. It's going pretty good. Only one I can think of is in Labyrinth. That could be interesting, actually. Pew pew. So for the Labyrinth one, I don't think he's going to wind up getting buffed, because usually for like Labyrinth and whatnot, once those champions have been getting buffed, they don't wind up translating over. So I think people are still going to have a pass on that match, because otherwise, how awful would that be? Have that super tanky Civil Warrior to begin with get even more armor ups and whatnot. That'd be painful. That'd be painful. Cheers, Tom. So it'll be interesting to see where Black Widow winds up fitting into the current MCU. Because by the time that her movie comes out, there's already going to be Falcon Winter Soldier and WandaVision's going to be done. And I know it's supposed to be like a, the prequel to those two, but now, I don't know. Boink. Pew pew. And the debuffs did the work for me. Speaking of which, though, not going to spoil the latest WandaVision episode. Not really even going to talk about it, but it's nice that the episode was 46 minutes long instead of the usual, like, 30. Appreciate the extra story and runtime. Yeah, but even still, even with Corvus and Labyrinth, that'd still be really tough. Because, yeah, you could get all those armor breaks, but, it'd still be a really tanky health pool. And once you're out of Corvus charges, you're going to be dancing around an awful lot waiting to recharge. Still probably would be a faster option, especially if you didn't mind getting KO'd and reviving, just to start off with a fresh set of charges. I'd really like to see Red Hulk or Thunderbolts, but it makes me wonder if they're going to stick with the same actor. Because the actor that they have playing Ross right now, well, it depends, I suppose, if they want to doing it in a show or in a film. Because if they get him for a film, sure. But if it's like for a show, I don't know, well, it is Disney, so I suppose they could throw enough money at the actor to compel him to stick around for a longer run. Those guys have some serious walking around money. I'll take that nice little heals. Take those nice additional heals. I had heard that they were doing some reshoots. That makes sense. That they're going to be reframing it a little bit for a different film. But it makes me wonder if they're still going to wind up releasing it in theaters traditionally, or since they've had such success between Mandalorian, between WandaVision, and then presumably with Falcon Winter Soldier next month, if they won't just go straight away to like a, I don't know, Disney Premium or something like that. Because I know those guys are itching to open back up again for business. Especially in America, because what I'm surprised that Disney hasn't been angling to do here, especially with, you know, COVID and theaters hurting as much as they are, is that recently here in America at least, the Supreme Court said that movie studios can get back into the business of owning and operating theater chains. Because previously, before this year, there's that degree of separation. But now, like, Disney could buy and own and operate its own theater chain to show Disney movies. I'm sure you could contract out for other places as well, but Disney specifically, just because they've got the biggest war chest. Getting there, guys. Getting there on them 6 stars. Do that. Right. But I mean, I almost kind of think it's the last film, quote unquote, with Scarlett Johansson. Because I mean, like, Robert Downey Jr. has already said that he's been in talks to reprise Tony somewhere along the way. Same with Chris Evans. Nah, I mean, it wouldn't be probably for like a leading role or whatnot, but I don't know. There is certainly something to be said about leaving the character, walking away, and leaving him on a high note. Specifically, I mean, like Hugh Jackman with Wolverine, right? Walking away after Logan. And I do very much hope that he stays walked away now that the Sony and Disney deal is long since in the books. Like, if you want to bring back Wolverine, that's great. Just probably time to cast somebody else. Come on, dude. You know what? Whatever. I'm too impatient. Boink. Get out of here. Corvus. Get out of here. I had not heard that, Parasite. I had not heard that. But that is good to hear. Bow out when you're on top. That's the way to do it. Because it's always painful for everybody when someone, I don't want to say overstays their welcome, but when people start to get tired of it. Go out on top and leave them wanting more. Good rule of thumb for most everything. Boink. That was a very short invisibility. Not that I'm complaining, but very short. Come on. Stupid Digicloak, man. That's why I hate fighting Gilly in Arena. Not because she's particularly difficult, but just because it takes so frickin' long to fight. With her constantly going invisible. Get out of here. Hey, the legendary Half stopping in. What's up, Half? Happy Friday, bud. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Just putting up some points here for the featured champ, talking about buffs, reworks, all that good stuff. How's it going? Can't blame him, though, for burning out of a character, or at least wanting to do something different. Like a completely different persona. Avoids being typecast. Plus, you know, as an artist and a performer, I'm sure you always want to keep chasing the new thing, the next challenge. So I want to try something out really quick. Just use heavy attacks with Gilly. She never goes invisible. Yeah. I had someone telling me earlier that Daredevil's being able to bypass miss has been something that's been in the game for years. And I know it hasn't. I know he can bypass invisibility, which has been a different mechanic. But it's one of those things where I just start second guessing myself. Yeah, Half. It's still Friday here. Still Friday for another few hours. Friday night. Licky, licky, lick. I'm assuming that's his tongue. Wait a minute. How did I get punched right there? I was blocking. How do you break through my block? Where am I at? There we are. So we going 40, 50 million on Super Skull or Super Dull. Yeah, 50 mil. Should be pretty sufficient. I think Brian Grant is putting him at 40, 45, something like that. I think that's fairly accurate. I really don't think he's going to go anything higher than Psycho Man, and Psycho Man went for about as much. But again, I was saying a little bit earlier in the stream that a nice thing, even if I do wind up missing round one, because it is just round one, it's still have got second chance for round two. Even though he benefits a lot from being awakened, I'm not going to wake him up, so I just need to get the one. That way I have him. It'd be useful for synergy purposes or what have you later on. I don't have to try and go fishing for him in a future crystal. Because you always see the nightmare videos of people going for one specific character in the new featured 5-star batch and just doesn't wind up working out. Boink. Do that, do that, do that. So I'm thinking that as soon as I'm done running the 6-stars right here, I can take a segue, burn off some quest energy, just so that doesn't start, you know, running over and I start wasting it, because we only got like, what, 5 days left on the event, something like that. And I have most of Cavalier to do and most of the other difficulties to do. I've just been sitting on my hands this whole time. It's been a long month, though. Because I finished the Deadpool side event the day the last week dropped, but that already feels like that was a lifetime ago. Valentine's Day feels like it was a lifetime ago. Get out of here. I love Kingpin. He's got that really silly big ol' open mouth animation. What a goof. I'd take it back. Take it back. Let's go take care of that right now. Actually, while I think of it, I need to place champs. I've got a really nice, really nice BG here where I can just place them, just make sure to drop them and they get rearranged later. It's very nice. Very, very nice. Appreciate the effort, guys. Alright, so side event. Probably should do uncollected. Have you guys finished the side events here yet? Or at least finished all the side events that you care to finish? I don't know what it is with me and Cavalier this month. I just not excited to do it. Still gonna do it, still have to do it, but just, dang, man. Not excited to do it. Boink. That isn't even counting that 4-star challenge. Which I still want to do too, because that still is 10% of a tier 5 CC, and that does add up. Just so painful. So painful. Even I do the same. I rearrange some things. Ask them to place the defenders together in a place so it's easy for me to identify. Yeah, if everybody keeps their stuff all tightly packed together in a nice little cluster, then it's easy to reorganize. I've done that too in the past. And then that way too, you know where everybody is and there isn't any, you know, mistakes like, oh, I was supposed to put it on node 17, but I put it on a node 19 next to it just by accident. Come on. Come on. So what's new, everybody? What do you guys got going on this weekend? What are the festivities, the latest and greatest? Blast our way through this and get back to arena. That's all I need to do is just take the edge off for the energy. Just take enough off where it isn't going to max out over the course of the rest of the stream. And then see what time it is later on. Maybe tackle it again later on then. Is super dull that much worth grinding? Honestly, not really. Not really. But I'm such a not a perfectionist, but I'm such a collector where it's nice to have one. And my reasoning for that is that arena here is the easiest it's ever going to be to get the guy, right? Because Lordy knows if there's going to be some future buff or future synergy that's going to make him really good or be really useful. Not so much like Super Skrull synergies, because they're pretty boring, between Iron Fist and Doom and the Fantastic Four, that do nothing for him but still exist. But just say there's some brand new champion that has Super Skrull for some crazy good team synergy, say, then I don't have the 5-star Super Skrull, so I can't bring him into like Act 5, 6, 7, something like that, and I'm out of luck. So put a little bit of time up front. If nothing else, get a bunch of gold and battle chips for more gold. Save up some resources that way. Short answer though, no. No, he's not really worth grinding a whole lot for. Which is a shame. Cool looking champ. Cool looking champ. Great model, great animation, but I don't understand why he needs to be so needlessly complex for such little reward. You know, I had said earlier in the stream that they like to go back and relook at champs 3 months on to see how they're performing. But haven't heard a thing about Airwalker. Not a thing. Aside from the jokes and the memes, of course, but nothing official as to how he's doing or any of that. If he's performing up to expectations or not. And more importantly, what they can do about it, because, you know, I think the champ just is inherently flawed in that you can't use the special 3 until you've won so many times. Just very limiting. Very, very limiting. Maybe one of these days I'll find a use for Squidward too. He'd be fun. He could be fun. Just gotta find the use for him. Cool. So, there's that. Super Duel reminds me of Taskmaster. Too much complication and playstyle for a less reward. Taskmaster also on the short list for me personally for getting a buff. Same with Moon Knight. It's like I understand and like what they're going for the idea of the character, but in practicality and actual real gameplay, very suboptimal. Especially again in such a crowded field of amazing champions. Like, the skill class has a lot of good characters now. In my opinion. Or, the Mystic class for Ebony Maw, too. It's like, if you want a better skill Incinerate champ, there's always Elsa. But it'll be fun getting these champs in hand when the patch drops and actually seeing what they can do and how that kit handles. Excuse me. Getting through the 6 stars. Getting through the 6 stars. So many. So many. I needs them. But so many. Punchy, punch, punch, and Dex. There's that. Who would you like to see buffed next? Of course, there's a long list of characters that need buffs, but I kind of have a feeling that like they might do a rework, like a top-to-bottom rework next. They've done a bunch of value changes. They've done a bunch of slight tweaks. But they haven't done like a top-to-bottom champion rework for a little while. A few months. I think Daredevil was the last one. Yeah, I mean, that turned out the way it turned out, of course, but... Come on. There we go. I wouldn't mind either of those things for Elsa. Some sort of bleed immunity, bleed resistance. I also would not mind an additional synergy with a possible future champ to give her heavy attack something. Whether it's like, I don't know, an additional debuff, whether it refreshes debuffs on the opponent, something like that. I think that could be really interesting because her special attack looks cool, but it doesn't really do much. So to give it that a little extra razzle dazzle something, if you wanted it, would be pretty cool. I'd like to see any champ on my roster buffed, and not my roster is okay to leave alone. Appreciate that, PP. Good looking out. Sounds like you're working with a pretty fun squad right there. Doink. Come on. And spinny, spinny, spinny. Dex. So I had an idea, and I'm starting to flesh this out a little bit, and I gotta work through the logistics of hooking up a system, say. But what did you guys say one of these nights? Live stream a different game, Mario of some sort. So I'm really feeling a Mario game, whether it's, I don't know, just playing Mario Kart for kicks or Smash for kicks, or going through that anniversary edition, playing some Mario 64 Sunshine, something like that, just for something completely different. And then possibly linking the stream here on YouTube to Twitch as well. I've seen Katie do it. A couple other streamers as well. Dip your toes into both ponds, as it were. It's always good to cover all the bases, PP. Always good. How's it going, bud? Good to see you. Groot seriously needs a rework for sure. By the way, no one from Guardians of the Galaxy is so interesting to play. Yeah, they really need a serious like family synergy. Like a Fantastic Four-esque family synergy. You know, if you got the Guardians together, you're just going to have a good time. But as it stands right now, I think the best they have is like Friends, which does not much. But yeah, Groot needs some serious love. Drax needs some serious love. And then whatever family synergy they want to give to Gamora to Star-Lord and to Rocket as well. Rocket probably could use a value update and maybe a couple extra tools at his disposal. I doubt that they're going to touch Star-Lord just because of his SIG ability, but Gamora they've done already. And I like it. I like Buff Gamora. I don't have a use for her anywhere, but I like her update and what she does. She's fun to play in Arena. I'll give her that much. And there we go. Electro KO. Nice. Appreciate the aggression of that Spider-Gwen right there. Even though the AI evaded, it was also super aggressive, so she bounced right back out of it, back into it, an attack, and capitalize on that a little bit. Come on. Come on. Wink. Awesome. It's so funny that Star-Lord has a combo breaker synergy with Aegon. Who cares if Star-Lord when Aegon is on the team already? Exactly. I don't think there isn't anything Star-Lord can do that Aegon can't do better. But that's a shared synergy with Proxima, isn't it? They can use Proxima and then either one of them. Man, I would love a 6-star Proxima. She would be so immensely useful. Put her on my short wish list. I say it's a short wish list, knowing full well that it is in fact not short. But it's true. Star-Lord definitely does have that over Aegon. Definitely has the better dance-off moves. Boink. It's all good, Dom. It is all good. I see you. I see you. Lurking back there in the shadows. It would be really nice for them to update incursions and the incursion store. While they're at it, for the incursion store, just could add 6-star unstoppable Colossus too. That'd be nice. Just like periodic updates would be nice, please. Please and thank you. Because like right now, I think it's like, what, every 6 months maybe we get an update? Some sort of news. That's a long time. That is a long time. But it also kind of feels like Incursions is like the forgotten child of the game. Like there's so many other things going on between monthly events and characters and buffs and nerfs and drama with alliance events. That's like, oh yeah, Incursions is here too, isn't it? Punch, punch, punch. Awesome. Swink. Right. I see popping in. How's it going? Good to see you. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. Asking, without Cavalier, we can't get 1,000 6-star shards from the gifting event. I believe that's correct, because I do believe that's progression based. Which is really annoying because it's just right there, right? Right there for the taking, and yeah, it's rough. Star Alert should get a dance-off mechanic. If he idles for 5 seconds, then he can keep his current combo in a persistent charge for however many hits he currently has. Yeah, or a synergy with any of the various Deadpools. Because anytime they throw a special 2, they're always dancing off. Be a fun synergy to have, dance off. PB sounds like an excellent way to spend an evening. An excellent way. Oh, after the login rewards? Let me take a look here. Because if it's the login rewards, then that you should be able to get everything that's showing on the calendar. Assuming you logged in all the different days. Let's go check that out. Let's go check that out. Do that. So there is the 5%. Cool. A few more days left of that. Very cool. Just need to stay awake enough to do the love arena. Yeah, well, it's nice thing about that is that it's really straightforward. It's only like 17 wins, 18, and then just knock that out and you're good to go. But yeah, definitely don't forget. Definitely don't forget. You still got just a little bit of time, so it doesn't, doesn't need to be a priority for you. But same time, if you can find the time to just do it and get it done with. Get out of here, long shot. Bye-bye, dude. Bye-bye, dude. Punch, punch. Kick, kick. Stop it. You're gonna do it? Is that gonna do it? Nope. Come on. There we go. Come on, get out of here. Just need to stay awake. If we get this month, kinda arenas for better rewards would be very nice every month. Wouldn't that? Yeah, wouldn't it? Anytime you wind up optimizing and improving rewards, is always that's a big plus. Especially in an arena like that, where all you gotta do is like 17 wins with 4 stars to get some pretty interesting loot. I am okay with that trade-off. All right. This round. Let's do it. Let's do it. Boink. Let's cheese this guy with some fire breath. Blurred. Come on, dude. See if I can get the KO here before that timer expires. And then go from there. Brilliant. Brilliant. I'll take it. I shall take it. Well, quake and bake. Quake and bake. Alright guys, that is 20 mil in the bag. I am in danger of falling asleep here on the live stream. So, to prevent that from happening, because ain't nobody wants to see that, let's go raid BG. Say howdy. Got a link over here in chat. Hashtag RobVonRaid. But that is going to do me for tonight, everybody. Quick and easy, straightforward little grind here. I want to thank you guys for watching here for the last little bit. It's been an absolute pleasure. As I said before, I say it again, getting to chat with you guys is the highlight of doing the live streams here. So, cheers, kudos to you. Please, if you haven't already, like the video and check out some of the other stuff today. Going over the nerf for Hood, the buff for Daredevils, the buff for Angela, and you know, some of the other cool stuff coming down the pipes too. I'll be back again. Let's see what's today, Friday. So Sunday night for the Sunday serial stream. And yeah, I'll catch you guys then. But until next time, everybody, take care, talk soon, stay safe, and be well all. Bye for now.